How's it going, you guys? So in this video I'm going to be discussing omega-3 supplementation, and in particular we're going to be discussing fish oil supplementation and the variety of different marine omega-3 supplements. Okay, so first and foremost, let's get this out of the way. ALA supplementation. So ALA is an omega-3 that is found in flax, is found in grass, is found in a lot of plant foods, chia seeds, even things like bananas have ALA in them, and certain concentrations. Generally, herbivorous animals will consume these types of omega-3s, and they will convert them into EPA and DHA, which is a form that human beings need to consume them in. So most of the research that show that, most of the intervention trials that show improvements in mood and cognitive function and markers of HDL and things of that nature, they are showing all of these improvements on EPA and DHA, which are generally derived from fish. You could possibly derive them from algae if you're a vegan, and also grass-fed land animals, in particular beef and bison, and pretty much most ruminant animals, especially if they're grass-fed, tend to have a decent amount, especially of DHA. But an even better source would be omega-3 eggs. So eggs that are from chickens that are raised on flax. Okay, so pastured eggs are not guaranteed to contain high amounts of omega-3. But they probably do have high amounts of omega-3, and they definitely have more omega-3 than conventionally raised eggs, whereas flax-fed eggs are guaranteed to have a certain concentration of omega-3. And that's one of the main reasons why I personally buy omega-3 eggs, but they're also free-ranging and pastured, just that they are also fed flax. So EPA and DHA can be found in those forms. It can be found in the liver of most animals, and cod liver in particular is a great source of omega-3, and it's one of the most legendary sources of omega-3 because the Weston A. Price Foundation, they've built a large amount of their nutrition recommendations around this magical combination of grass-fed butter or grass-fed ghee. They call it high vitamin butter oil, and they have their own version of cod liver oil. It's fermented cod liver oil, and they also sell skate oil, which I believe is like a shark liver oil. And these products are specially processed because they're fermented, and they still contain the natural vitamin A and vitamin D content that would normally be found in most fish, cod liver, if it wasn't for modern processing methods that remove most of the natural vitamin content out. So when you get cod liver oil at the store, it's any vitamins that are in it, besides maybe a little bit of vitamin D, they're supplementally added. So they're fortified with vitamin A, vitamin D, and sometimes vitamin E. So EPA and DHA, what does the research say? So keep in mind, I'm not reading off a script. This is off the top of my head. But there's a wide range of evidence that supports EPA and DHA supplementation, in particular from fish oil. Okay, even in rancid fish oil, I believe it was a meta-analysis that showed even rancid fish oil, so fish oil that's technically gone bad or technically oxidized, can provide substantial improvements in depression, sleep, anxiety, and cognitive function. And in particular, we're talking focus. We're talking about brain-derived neurotrophic factor increasing. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm really big on brain-derived neurotrophic factor in regards to anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, and boosting your mood. Lots of proven benefits for EPA and DHA. As far as ALA is concerned, the plant form of omega-3, I believe that there's some evidence from population studies, so it's correlated with better health outcomes as far as cardiovascular disease and also mood. However, it's not even beginning to reach the level of evidence in support of EPA and DHA. And generally speaking, ALA technically can convert into DHA. I might have this mixed up here. I believe ALA can convert to DHA, but only like 10% of the ALA that you consume is generally converted into the active forms of DHA, which DHA, I believe, can be converted to EPA, and EPA cannot retroconvert back to DHA. But I might have that mixed up, the EPA and DHA chain. It's been a while since I've researched that, and I've had a lot of other more complicated things on my mind lately. But one thing is for sure, it is the EPA and DHA that we want to be consuming. And I do believe it's DHA. I'm pretty certain DHA can actually convert into EPA. So, in general, the studies show that supplemental fish oil in the range of 1 gram to around 6 grams of total omega-3, not total fish oil, and even not just total omega-3, because there's more omega-3s than just EPA and DHA. Some fish oil has extra omega-3s, but they aren't EPA and DHA. So the dosages of total EPA and DHA combined that are used in clinical studies for all of these benefits are in the range of 1 gram to 6 grams per day. And I believe the most the most beneficial dose is in the range of 4 to 6 grams actually 3 to 6 grams per day. 3 to 6 grams per day of total EPA and DHA combined. So there's a little bit more that I've discovered lately as far as omega-3s. One thing is that most of the people that are in these intervention trials, they don't, pretty much none of these trials control for food intake, and I think that's important. So I'm wondering how much benefit would these people, these subjects in these intervention trials, how much benefit would they get from the fish oil supplements if they've already consumed a diet that's very high in omega-3 from fish and from eggs and stuff like that? How much benefit would they get if they supplemented with extra fish oil? That's the first one. The second thing is, how much benefit would these people get if their diet is already high in omega-3 and it's extremely low in omega-6 linoleic acid? So one thing, if you don't know this already, that seems to be important, is how much omega-6 somebody has in their diet, in particular linoleic acid found in vegetable oils and chicken fat. How much benefit, so the omega-6 compared to omega-3, it plays a very important role in influencing each other. So essentially, more omega-6 is going to, so omega-6, I have a video on this already. It interferes with the conversion of ALA into DHA, and it might actually interfere with the conversion of EPA and DHA together. And also, it might actually hinder a lot of the benefits of whatever omega-3 is already in your body. And independently, linoleic acid in particular actually increases inflammation, your risk of heart disease, and all these other things that omega-3s are supposed to benefit. And I imagine a lot of psychiatric illnesses as well. So I wonder, in these intervention trials that show omega-3 supplementation is beneficial, if these people had under 2 grams of linoleic acid per day maximum, that's probably the cutoff limit, which you probably have to avoid all chicken fat and all vegetable oils, nuts and seeds, and you would have to be consuming mostly beef probably in order to get your linoleic acid content that low. You'd have to be avoiding pork. because, you know, not saying pork is bad, but to get your linoleic acid down below 2 grams per day, which I would say would be ideal for seeing how if it's is it omega-3 deficiency that creates the benefits of supplementing omega-3s, or is it too much omega-6 that makes the supplemental omega-3s beneficial, or is it a combination of both, or are these omega-3 fish oil supplements beneficial alone, regardless of somebody's natural omega-3 status and omega-6 status? So that's a very interesting thing. Basically what I'm getting at here is there's a lot of experts that believe omega-3 supplements are only beneficial if you're deficient in omega-3, and you could actually get, I believe there's cheek tissue swabs you could do where they take a piece of your cheek and you send it in. I don't remember exactly. Intracellular lipid tests where you can measure the content of your body fat stores, so you can actually measure omega-3 status through those means. And so again, the question is, are these fish oil supplements beneficial because you have a deficiency? Are they beneficial because of a lifetime of omega-6 buildup in your body? Is it omega-3 deficiency in combination with that? Or do the fish oil supplements have some kind of magical properties independent of these other factors? So that's very important. And obviously, most people in the health science world, they just say, oh, the intervention trials show omega-3s are extremely beneficial for all these things. Therefore, they should be an essential supplement for everyone. Well, let me remind everybody who's watching this right now that there's a lot of, there's meta-analysis, there's cohort studies, and there are also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe there are intervention trials that actually show the reverse outcomes in fish oil supplementation, especially in regards to heart issues. So I'll probably be releasing a part 2 on my own recommendations for omega-3, because I'm cooking eggs right now, and they're flax-fed omega-3 eggs, and they sound like they're burning in the grass-fed butter that I'm cooking them in. So I'm going to end on this note. Wait for my next omega-3 video, my part 2. And I will talk to you all next time. Leave your question and comments down below. Let me know what you all think about omega-3. Does this actually spark some questions in your head now? Because it should. You should be starting to wonder about that recommendation of consuming more omega-3s, regardless of your diet, yada yada. So let me know down below what you think. Talk to you guys next time.